Well, hello there. This is Virtual the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Today I've got a quick game of the Smith-Morra Gambit against the Sicillian Defense, where I play a very lovely Greek gift sacrifice with a brilliant move. Let's go take a look. So I've got the white pieces, e4, and my opponent plays c5, the Sicilian Defense. And against the Sicilian, what do? Smith-Morra Gambit. So d4 captures, c3 captures, and knight now out. So in the Smith-Morra Gambit, we basically take the Sicilian player out of Sicilian-ish lines. I give up a pawn in the early part of the game for accelerated development. Now, one of the things that I really like about the Smith-Morra is that even if the opponent plays very accurately, which was the case in the opening, very often they nonetheless have trouble playing the middle game. So here they develop, I develop, they develop, I develop, they develop, and this is in fact a particular line, Morphy defense in the Smith-Morra Gambit Accepted. Black has pretty much played book moves up to this point perfectly accurately. I short castle, they develop a knight, and now I play this bishop. So up to this point, black is perfectly accurate. With this move, it's actually an inaccuracy according to Stockfish, and it's minus 1.1. So black here is ahead. So why did I play this move? Well, what I saw was that black, it looks like they're preparing to castle kingside. So I want to bring all my pieces to the kingside to launch a rapid attack. Now, in this position, this dark square bishop of black is pretty strong. You know, potentially that can come out. It's a pretty strong bishop. So what I'm aiming for is for this trade, I get doubled e-pawns, but I get a semi-open f-file. And assuming that black does in fact castle onto that side, that semi-open f-file, in my view, will be useful for the attack. So what did black do? They did in fact capture. That is their best move. Capture back with the f-pawn. Now we've got this semi-open f-file, and I want you to keep an eye on that file. Okay? So they now short castles as well, as expected. And as part of my strategy to bring all the attackers onto this side, slide the queen to e1. A very, very common tactical move, basically allowing the queen onto the h-file. So here, already two potential pieces targeting that h7 pawn. Potentially, you know, maybe the bishop can target that pawn as well, the Greek gift sacrifice. Now, here the opponent couldn't really find a move, because when you look, so, oops, let's go back, yep. So when you're in this position, looks like that knight can't really advance forward. You know, this bishop is a bit blocked up, and so launching to a side to attack the bishop does seem to make sense, but this was a mistake in this position. And it's a mistake because I was planning on trying to move this bishop to line up for a Greek gift sacrifice already anyway. So effectively, they've moved their knight to the edge of the board, to the wrong side of the board. That's not where the action's going to be. And it allows me to move my bishop. I win some tempo. So bishop to d3. Now let's try to strike out in the center. Again, kind of makes sense, doesn't it? However, I now push my e4 pawn forward. You can see Stockfish wants to open things up, but I thought that actually keeping things closed potentially would be good. This bishop remains locked behind their own pawn, and the thing that I was hoping that black didn't see was that that pawn move actually prepared my attack, my Greek gift sacrifice. Now here, they really need to potentially defend the g5 square. So for instance, a move like f6. Black, however, didn't see this tactic and decides to develop their queen to b6, lining potentially things up. From that perspective, it makes sense. They just weren't aware of the impending attack. And so I now have bishop captures the h7 pawn with check, A brilliant move because it's a sacrifice. King takes, queen now on h4 with check as well. King falls back, knight jumps forward, and here we're about to have mate. And in fact, in this position, black pretty much only has one way to prevent mate, which is they can take that pawn, which comes with check. I can move the king out of the way, and pretty much they need to think about trading their queen for the knight, because that does in fact take away my attack on their king. However, that's a pretty hard thing to see, and so black here doesn't play that move, moves the rook to e8. You can see it's a blunder because now there's a mate in too. Queen forward, check. King slides to f8, and here queen to h8, and here I was expecting a checkmate chime, the audio cue that suggests checkmate. And so when I made this move and it didn't happen, I actually wondered why not. And then black played that move, and I thought, oh no, have I blundered? But remember the F file, the semi-open F file? No worries. Rook captures f7. It's mate anyway. A good game. GG. The big takeaway from this game is that playing to a strategy can often be effective, even if the moves aren't perfectly accurate. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.